know, kid's getting dominated, down 8-1. He's not giving up. He's saying, hey.
Yeah, makes it 8-2.
We have a third period to wrestle. He's still down 6.
Not over yet. If he's solid from that top position.
Well, now Ball's probably wise to that wrist combination, so he's going to try to keep that wrist. Yeah, well, this is the second year where BRC 11's covering this. Is that right, Brian?
It is the second ever, yes. We were the maiden voyage last year, and we're back. Had so much fun that we decided to do it again.
From the wrestling community and fans throughout the county, and you know, you get to watch it at home or watch it on a replay, and you know, and some of these kids even they don't like to have it.
They're TV stars, man.
That's right.
They're live at the L. Went on to in Boiling Springs, and in the state tournament, Northern Lebanon qualified, and then they lost to eventual state runner-up Chestnut Ridge. So, you know, they could have been the third best team in the state last year. I think that would be easy to figure out.
Conceivably, you're exactly right, and I think they realized that from last year, and then that's given them a shot in the arm coming into this year.
Yeah.
And they have their sights set on some big stuff, which is next Saturday is the state the team round.
Yeah,
rather.
it's so crazy that it starts that quickly. But they've got high aspirations. But it will be Trevor Ball.
Now, you know
Tanner
what?
Ball.
I lie. I stand corrected there, Brian. That's the district series next week, and then the following Saturday will be the state series.
Yes.
That's right.
Tanner Ball is your winner. 8-2, I believe, over Colin Leonard from. So disappointing again that Chris Morales, we didn't see Morales and Loperfido, because that, like you said, it was a rematch of the Carlisle tournament. Probably would have been good match. A lot of emotion in there, boiled up in there.
That was a heck of a match. I saw that match, and it was an outstanding battle with those two. And you saw the smile if we were able to capture that. And, I mean, they have respect for each other, and I mean when it's go time, and they're all in. But
if they're healthy, they might meet again in sectionals, districts. Who knows? We get finished up with our consolation matches. You are watching the LL Championships on BRC 11. Stick with us. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. I didn't see the first ones.
Yeah, they're right behind us.
I think so. They're going to do them like right soonish. Like they won't start the matches until the awards are done. Yeah, they do them between now because they had to get their champions ready after the first one. So yeah, every time now it's.
This week was sponsored by Senior Helpers. Presenting the and your 2016 champion.
Welcome back to Gardensbach High School, Lancaster Lebanon League Wrestling Championships. We are giving some awards here for 113-pound bracket. There is Devin Schnupp, Warwick wrestler. Top of the podium. All smiles.
For the last time, too.
For the last time, the senior.
Third time's a charm, they say, right?
Third straight. He'll be moving on to Penn State University, the Nittany Lions.
That's right. The next podium he stands upon will be on at the collegiate level.
There you go. All right, so we are preparing for the 126-pound bracket. It will be Joe Lobeck, Lancaster Catholic senior, 29-1 record against Grayson Charles. Solanco, sophomore, he is 23-9 this season. Charles, the defending LL champion, he was at 120 last year, won a title. And Lobeck was runner-up to Devin Schnupp at 113, as we mentioned earlier.
Now, this particular match here, this could be a real good one. You were mentioning something earlier. He is
in the red, and it's Charles who has the leg right there.
Charles shot in on a nice head outside, high crotch shot, but Lobeck's countering tough. Lobeck gets the red anklet band, and they're going to stalemate that. Curtis Herneisen is our official for this particular bout. This could be a real good one. I don't expect a real high-scoring match, something like 4-3 perhaps, but been wrong before. But yeah, these guys are tough.
Yeah.
Strong offense, exceptional defense. Charles attacking again. Lobeck comfortable in that position, trying to do a belly whizzer.
And it's, you know,
we got in the respective corners, we have legendary coach for Grayson Charles, Solanco's Grayson Charles, John Little over there, and that's Coach Little right there. We have a shot of him. Always well-dressed guy, loves the suspenders. His assistant to his right is Tony Mendez, and then Lobeck's coach is John Clark from Lancaster Catholic, and his assistant is Chris Vauchel.
You talk about just how difficult it is to there you see the coaches. Little always sharply dressed.
Coach Clark there on your right, and Coach Little is barking commands out to his wrestler. And we have 37 seconds left in the first, Brian.
Yeah, still scoreless.
The first real deep attack by Lobeck. Charles trying to gator rolling through. Lobeck comes up on top. Does he get behind? And he does.
There's two late in the first period. I mean, that could be just experience coming through for Lobeck there. He has finished second, and third as a freshman in the LL tournament. It's just how hard it is to win an LL title sometimes, depending who you're up against, what weight class you're in, and just the level of competition. So there is the first period. Lobeck's up 2-0.
So Lobeck won that toss. He opts to go down. And incidentally, you can see the official there, Mr. Curtis Herneisen. He, I think, has 38 or 40 years of experience. And we have him mic'd up here this evening, folks. So BRC 11 has opted to try to give you that other feature. Sometimes you'll hear the commands from the official to the wrestlers.
Green control.
They want to tell them that there's a dangerous situation or pick up the action and so forth, but there's good communication generally speaking out there. Now, Charles has a cradle, but he's out of position to make Peterson roll.
Solanco has a pretty good contingent here in the finals this afternoon as well. We'll see Wyatt Jennings later. And I believe someone else, although maybe I'm mistaken.
You hear that? We don't have high volume on it, but watch the crossface, keep it legal came from. That was the command from the official to the offensive wrestler. He tries a little tilt there. Boy, he is in control of this match. And Grayson Charles, I mean, he's only a sophomore, but he is tough.
Yeah.
And Lobeck's taking it to him pretty well, although he's only up 4-0. But
Joey Davis as well for Solanco. We'll see a little later. So they've got 3 representatives in the finals this afternoon.
Yeah, Solanco year in and year out, Brian. I mean, as we know, they are. They're the Section 1. They just won their 7th consecutive.
Yeah, they did.
Sole or share of Section 1 championship.
Yep, took down Warwick to clinch that this week.
That's right.
We're out of bounds, gentlemen.
They
Come easy.
Heading into last year, they had won 4 of the last 5 team titles from 2010 to 2014 here. There's a stat for you, Jen.
Green.
Township broke that up in
Red, get
2013.
on.
Manheim Township with a win.
That's right. Oh, nice
There we
little
go,
Granby
Lobeck.
roll. Granby roll by Grayson Charles. Looks like he's gonna. He does give him one. Okay, so they had a conference, and that's where the assistant official comes in well. If you're not, I mean, it's a subjective. It's a somewhat subjective. I mean, officiating is in practically any sport.
Yeah.
But there, I mean, we were second guessing that. Should that have been an escape? Did Lobeck lose control? And I mean, I personally felt he did. You know, with that little Granby roll, Charles cleared his hips and little questioned it. Coach plays, tape it, get out there, son.
Walk it off.
Not the case with Mr. Charles. Another Granby roll here. Lobeck is like Velcro on top of him though in this particular case. Ride a nice leg ride. There you can see the score box. He's up, got a 4-1 lead. Third period, there's $1:40 left in this match.
Yep, just wants to hold on. Certainly Lobeck looking to make another deep state run this year. Hopefully. This season.
I'm going to
As they
research
did
it.
last season. All right, yeah, Jan's got his laptop here. He's our crack researcher as well, so if we find out.
Catholic hasn't had a strong team showing this
Yeah.
year, but of course, Joe Lobeck has had an exceptional season and career, and
Just fantastic.
he's
He's
been
really got a
at 132 much of the year, and he has one loss. He lost to stud from Liberty. KJ Fenstermacher is absolutely tough. Down at 126. Back in, it looked like it was December tournament. He lost 7-4.
so early in the season.
Fenstermacher sure to be
One of those state contenders
a
as well.
state.
Go, just 10 more seconds for Lobeck. He'll be very, very pleased to lift that bracket at the top of the podium.
Seeded second.
It is rare. Well, Morales. The Northern. Yeah.
And season due to an
We've got
it actually was that double boots in. Hey, another period.
whoa, shoulder. Yeah.
So
Leonard. All right. Well, we'll Welcome back to the 22nd edition of the LL League Wrestling Championships, live here on BRC 11. I'm Brian Cass alongside Jan Minnick, and we are still wrestling some consolations here at 132. Trevor Leonard pinned Gary Clark in the first period to expedite things on mat 1 over here. We didn't get a chance to talk about sort of the Garden Spot coaching situation, Jan. I know you wanted to mention some things. Cute little story between the brothers Bunting, Ryan and Adam.
Well, yeah, I mean, so the story goes, so Ryan Bunting was assistant coach here last year, and he incidentally owes Joe's Famous Wings over there in Leola, who's actually sponsoring food in the hospitality room here, and actually has a covering one of the brackets. But he was nominated, he was awarded the head coaching spot, had it for a month, a teaching position opened up, and his brother Adam came down from Hershey,
Paul Myra. Yep.
Correct, that's them there. Now that's Ryan on your left, and that's Coach Fink on the right. But yeah, they so Adam got the teaching job and figured it's best, hey, it's better to have your head coach in the system, so Ryan conceded the job, willing to be Adam's assistant. So you have a pair of brothers coaching in the program, and they have a storied tradition here at Garden Spot, and tremendous staff from K all the way to 12 here, and we've had a lot of success over the years. It's just neat little story.
Yeah, he retired as the best winning percentage in Garden Spot history, undefeated.
That's right, he was
as
undefeated.
Head coach.
That's right.
We're going to set up some awards here for 126, I believe, over there. As we still prep, there's about 5 seconds left in a consolation bout over there. We're setting up 138 coming up next. It'll be Josh Renninger, Anvil Cleona Sr., 22-2 record against Joey Davis, Solanco Sr. His record is 22-9. And you mentioned that Joey Davis and Warwick's Ben Hershey had a heck of a bout in the semis.
It was wild, Brian. It was this morning. Semifinals were 111. He caught Davis on his back. No, I lie. He didn't catch him on his back. He scored earlier, and he had a 6-2 lead on him, and cut Davis. There's the matchups. He cut Davis, and it was 6-2 in the third period. And Davis just jacked him for a low lateral drop and put him on his back and stuck him.
That's
so
wild,
it was rather dramatic.
Yeah, and it was a quick rematch. Those two wrestled earlier in the week at a Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Garden Spot High School in New Holland, PA. We are live.
Championship.
Exactly. Always right into the action here at 106 pounds. I know you've been here a lot longer than I have the last 2 days here, watching a lot of wrestling. What's the atmosphere been like so far?
The entire wrestling community here in the county gets together. They also have an all-star banquet at the end of the year, but they all descend on this site for the weekend, and it's just it's pretty much for bragging rights for the county championship. You know, they keep a team score as well, but we're right into it here at 106, Brian.
Yep, 106 pounds. We've got Austin Jones from Ephrata. He is in the purple there with the red anklet, and Nick Faithful from Penn Manor, the sophomore.
Yeah, that would be Mike Fowler's coaching over there, and then we got Josh Clare. Mike Fowler's coaching in Penn Manor, and Josh Clare's coaching for Ephrata, and their respective wrestlers out there. Now, Austin Jones is the second seed. He came out of the second seed spot from Ephrata. He placed fourth here last year, and Nick Faithful from Penn Manor.
Faithful, we were corrected. Faithful.
That's right. It's a long A. That's right. Faithful.
It's a hard name.
He knocked off the top seed this morning in the semifinals. Josiah Gare from Calico. It was a really tightly contested match. 2-0 score. Wrestled real tough to earn his shot at a championship title here against Austin Jones. But Jones scores first, and he's in comfortable control from the top position with a 2-0 lead.
Yep, so Jones from Ephrata did go in front there with the takedown. With the big E on his back for Ephrata. Jones has really, it's been a great few years of him getting better and finally seeing all his hard work paying off here. Impressive as a freshman, more seasoned as a sophomore now, finds himself in the final here as a junior.
Yeah, and that's quite an accomplishment. I mean, everyone who wrestles wants to at least put a Lancaster Lebanon League title in their resume. So quite an accomplishment. Very few wrestlers get to be able to do that. So he's in great position for that as a junior, you're right? Taking nothing away from Faithful here in the championship finals. So he's a sophomore. First year varsity experience for him.
And there you see the coaches, Josh Clare on the left. Not a lot of wrestlers for numbers-wise for Ephrata. They've been struggling in that capacity, but the guys they did bring have found a lot of success this weekend.
That was Coach Vernali also. We mentioned Josh Clare. Coach Vernali we just showed his shot, and then head coach is Mike Fowler then to his left as well then for Penn Manor. So we're in a position. I believe Faithful Jared has had quite a freshman campaign. He comes in 18-0 and frankly has been uncontested in his entire schedule. No one's even given back a match. In fact, he pinned Austin Jones in 24 seconds in the first weekend of the season. But I'm sure Jones wanted a rematch with him because I think he got caught quick in a cradle, and that could possibly still happen in the postseason. But I think Jared was up at 113 and came down.
Correct.
But but we'll see what happens here. Most people have found their respective weight classes where they want to compete in the postseason, and that all starts in 3 weeks
with sectionals. Yeah, we've seen some cutting, which we'll get to a little bit later, of weight. It's all about maneuvering to where you think you can have the most success.
Now Jones looks right at 106. I mean, he's been there. He's comfortable there. He's not too thin. He looks pretty chiseled still, and looks very comfortable. Has a high level of energy. He comes into the match, Brian, 18-4, and Faithful is 22-4 after their respective bracket conquests.
There are 3 matches to get here, right? Yep.
They haven't met at all this year. Earlier. At all. Jones has lost to Gare 9-4.
Josiah Gare from Cocalico.
Yeah, who was the top seed? That was about 2 weeks ago that match took place. But Gare, it was now I also noticed he was tough on top.
Huh. So we'll see that right here
And we will see. Faithful's on top right
as we
now.
begin the third period.
See, he's going to try to lock up some kind of a combination here. He's working a cross wrist ride now.
So certainly Jones
There's Coach Fowler. We just got a quick shot at him in the corner.
here. I mean, if he can escape, he's in
It
great.
looks like they're trying. Quite the veteran in athletics, and he's just
You
He's
know
all
you're in good
about the
hands.
kids.
You know you're in good hands when Bob Durr is on the mat in the stripes.
He's done plenty of NCAA finals tournaments and
Yes.
such. So yeah, it's always good to see him out there, and he's still got it. He still hustles to make those tight calls. But
All right, well, Jones did escape there, so to earn another point.
so we got a 3-0 score here, and Jones is wrestling wisely. He's wrestling, nice cushion.
Just has to hang on for about 30 more seconds, and Jones will win the title.
He's maintaining good position, heads down, good stance, maintaining. He's looking for a quick go behind and gets it.
There it is.
That should pretty much ice it for him for his first Lancaster Lebanon League championship.
It's great to see representing Ephrata, their only representative in the finals that we will see this afternoon. Going to Austin Jones. He's a happy boy to kick things off. Well deserved.
Absolutely.
5-0 decision.
It's an awesome feeling these guys put in. Okay, so we got some highlights here. There was a little snap and go behind right there for takedown for Jones. For our fans watching back home, looks like he's gonna have the escape here
Frees that foot.
for his control point.
While they're resting a lot of freshmen, sophomores, is that sometimes an advantage? Why maybe we'll see that at 113 as well with Devin Schnupp.
All things being equal, it certainly is. Some kids are tremendously mature, as freshmen and sophomores, and can come out. And they're just mentally tough. Some individuals are mentally tough enough to not even let it phase them. But generally speaking, yeah, if you have experience and you're upperclassmen.
All right, so like I mentioned, Devin Schnupp at 113, he's a Warwick senior, he's a two-time champion, and he's going for his third straight LL title. We've got some highlights here of him throughout this season. He will be wrestling at Penn State next year, which, amazing. He's got Joe Lobeck against close rep this afternoon. They've got 5 green anklets on. He
And cuts.
Again.
It didn't come without some controversy. He had a takedown late, and Lobeck from Catholic had a whizzer in, but his hip was down. I've seen it called both ways already.
Yep.
But
There's Ned Bushong on the left for Warwick.
Ned Bushong, Rusty Wallace on the right. Now, Rusty's done a fantastic job up at Northern Lebanon. I mean, he got a small AA school, small enrollment up there, and they're ranked currently 7th in the state AA. And but they are certainly a powerhouse here.
Yeah,
in the region
they've become Manheim Central in second place, about 50 points. So hopefully we can get an update on that a little later. There's another Schnupp 2 to take the 6-2 lead now.
Going back to the coaching staff there, Ned Bushong, we showed you earlier, Warwick's head coach. His resume is lengthy also as a coach. He's coaching at Warwick in some capacity since the 70s. So they've had quite a number of state medalists over that time frame. I think he's at it for 40-some years. But he coached back when he was an assistant under Jerry McDonald. There they are. And, of course, incidentally, there to his right is
Gary
Schnupp, who happens to be Devin's father.
Yes,
so,
sir.
and actually, Coach Bushong coached Gary when he went through in the early 80s. And Gary, I think, was a state qualifier. But,
Yep. We talked to the 1981 Warwick wrestling team last week. It was their 35th anniversary of their district title. Pretty cool. And Gary Schnupp was a part of that. And here's Devin. in control, second period.
Yeah, he's lightning quick. He's cat quick. He's got tremendous technique. A couple weeks ago, and he did suffer a loss though. He lost to Liberty's Luke Warner in the Liberty tournament and over in Lehigh County in their Christmas tournament back in December. He lost 6-9.
And that, I believe that's his only loss of the year, correct?
That's correct. I believe he comes in 25-1. Is it?
Yep, that's what I've got.
Okay.
Another takedown there for Schnupp near the edge of the circle. That makes it a 10-3 lead for Devin. And just in the second 10-4. He's cutting him loose here a little bit.
Looking for a little head shuck there. Unsuccessful. Breidigen's trying to be tough.
Schnupp finished, he medaled in states last year. Did we mention that? 7th, I believe, last year?
Yes. Yes, he earned 7th place.
Had to do well at sectionals, you got to do well at districts.
And Devin, to his misfortune, he's been hampered by some back problems over the years, and we're hoping that's all behind him now, you know. And he knows, of course, he's going to be a freshman on that amazing Penn State squad next year, and just surviving practices up there in that room is something else. I mean, that's a world-class program right now. They won 4 national titles in a row before last year, and it looks like they're back on that trend again, the way things are playing out this year at the collegiate level, Division I. You know, taking nothing away from Breidigen, comes into the season with 25 wins.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty tough.
Right, and you certainly have to see when they wrestle in the AA team championships. You know, a lot here today you'll see them face AAA competition for the most part. But when they're wrestling AA, they can be very, very dangerous.
Well, and speaking of which, the team tournament series starts next week, Tuesday night.
For Devin, we'll take another look at how Devin did it.
Okay, just looking back here, nice little shrug for his go behind points there. Got 2. Looks for his cradle here, picks up a near cradle for his go behind there. Here it looks like he's going to pick up his tilt. That's
absolutely out to sectionals and his 3rd straight title.
Okay, looking at the arena here at the gym here over in Garden Spot, there you can see there's 4 mats up. Championship finals are closest to you, and the viewer screen.
Still wrestling over there. We can look at who he's
in a consolation final match over there against a McCaskey opponent.
Estevez. That's who Breidigen upset.
That's right, the 2 seed. That's right, and there's 8 seconds left in regulation over there, folks, and in the third period, and it's all tied up at 6.
6-6.
So we got a good matchup over there for the consolation championship.
Yeah, we can take you over here to the action. There we go.
And the way the format is here, folks, is they will not wrestle any weight class until the previous weight class is concluded. So
we might run into that a couple times today.
So that's why we have 1 bout still live out there right now.
Yep, they're going to sudden victory here.
The rest of the mats are empty. We got 1 minute of sudden victory here. Takedown will win it, or any points.
Yep.
Terry's looking for a little throw right there. Tries to dump him now. Oh.
That
Estevez.
Count. Take another look.
Trying to throw, unsuccessful with that. Tries to dump. You can see Estevez is in some pain.
That is the bout, though, technically, correct?
That's it. Coming out of the 4th seed.
Yep.
Estevez will be 4th, coming out of the 2nd seed. Hopefully he's going to be okay to continue. The postseason's right around the corner here for our sport.
Yeah, I didn't ever want to see any serious injuries. Looked like he rolled back on something there. Hopefully it's not too serious. Cameron Terry, Austin Jones, training partner in that effort. They call it the dungeon down there in the middle school. And those guys, great to see. So we're going to take a little break here, step away as we sort things out before we start the 120-pound bracket. You're watching the LL Championships on BRC 11. Look at that view. Welcome to New Holland, PA, and Garden Spot High School. We're back at the Lancaster Lebanon League Wrestling Championships presented by Lancaster Alliance Wrestling, or LAW. Such a nice day out there. We are still trying to clear out Nevin Estevez off of the mat. Seems like he is going to be okay. We've got some unfortunate news, speaking of injuries, at 120 pounds upcoming Jan. Great to see Nevin Estevez up. But talk to us about 120 pounds. We have a forfeit in the final.
Well, yeah, Brian, unfortunately, what we found out right before the finals, in anticipating a nice rematch here of Brandon Loperfido from Hempfield and
Chris Morales.
Morales from Conestoga Valley. They met in the finals of the Carlisle tournament back in December, and it was an interesting match, 1-point match. Loperfido came out on top. So he was the #1 seed based on that merit. And then, of course, they're meeting in the finals, but we just found out right before the finals that Coach Turner found out that he has an injury to his thumb.
Yep.
Does Morales. So he's going to opt to forfeit or medically default from that match, so we're not going to see that first place championship match, unfortunately, Brian. But
yep, we are going to look in on the third, fourth place match here between Tanner Ball, Peckaway Valley sophomore, and Colin Leonard, another one of those Northern Lebanon Vikings. Leonard is a freshman. And the third and fourth place matches are shorter, only 1-minute periods. but could be plenty of action. So we'll leave that up as we remind you that. So Brandon Loper-Fido is your champion at 120 pounds. Chris Morales, runner-up.
That's
and
right.
hopefully Morales can.
As those guys and those guys are 8 deserving athletes in the league. Never take away from it.
Chris Morales. Here's Morales here, giving Loper-Fido the win.
That's you don't like to see that. He came over with a smile. There he is. You can just see him off camera. He's that's not anything. That's part of the sport. But he's coming back and smiling at his foe and there's a mutual respect between them there. But and then shaking the opposition corner's hand. But boy, you don't like to see that. And quite frankly, Brandon Loper-Fido wanted to wrestle that as well. But he shall remain undefeated.
That's right.
He's 22-0.
23-0 now.
23-0, and Morales, I believe, that'll be his second loss on the season, or third perhaps.
So over on his third loss of the season. Over on Mat 2, looks like Tanner Ball got the takedown there for 2 early on. That is the Pequea Valley sophomore. He is in the red singlet and the red anklets. So Ball is leading second. The referees do cycle through, they do switch, so we'll get a good rotation here.
Yeah, Kylan Leonard is only a freshman over there. Tanner Ball he's a sophomore, so
down their lineup.
I'm figuring here. And this format.
Championships last year.
That'll be the state championship rounds. Will be next Saturday.
Northern Lebanon.
Able to capture that.
We'll step away on BRC 11. First ones.
Yeah, they're right behind us.
I think so. They're going to do them like right soonish. Like they won't start the matches until the awards are done. Yeah, they do them between now because they had to get their champions ready after the first one. So yeah, every time now it's.
This week match was sponsored by Senior Helpers. Presenting the and your 2016
Grayson Charles, Solanco soft won a title.
Right is from and he does.
Second.
Wrestlers.
Go back. Finals this.
The command from the official to the offensive wrestler. He tries a little tilt there. Boy, he is in control of this match. And Grayson Charles, I mean, he's only a sophomore, but he is tough.
Yeah.
And Lobeck's taking it to him pretty well, although he's only up 4-0. But
Joey Davis as well for Solanco. We'll see a little.
Alpine, I mean, as we know, they are. They're the Section 1. They just won their 7th consecutive.
Yeah, they did.
Sole
By
or
taking
share
down,
of Section 1 championship.
Yep, took down Warwick to clinch that this week.
That's right.
We're out of bounds, gentlemen.
They
Come easy.
heading into last year, they had won 4 of the last 5 team titles from 2010 to 2014 here. There's a stat for you, Jen. Township broke that up in 2013. Manheim Township with a win.
That's right. Oh, nice
There we
little
go,
Granby
rollback.
roll. Granby roll by.
All right.
guess he
Lee
didn't give
Will.
him one. He does give him one. Okay, so they had a conference, and it's a subjective. It's a somewhat subjective. I mean, officiating is in practically any sport.
Yeah.
But there, I mean, we were second guessing that. Should that have been an escape? Did Lobeck lose control? And I mean, I personally felt he did. You know, with that little Granby roll, Charles cleared his hips, and Little questioned it, Coach Little, and of course, Coach Clark questioned it as well. He didn't want to see him get.
And 1 or 2 seconds left in the period. A couple of finger issues there for Charles.
0686.
Yeah, I've seen tape it. Get out there, son.
Walk it off.
That would be a tough kid.
Yeah.
Not the case with Mr. Charles. Another Granby roll here. Lobeck is like Velcro on top of him, though, in this particular case. Ride a nice leg ride. There you can see the third period. There's $1:40 left in this match.
Yep, just wants to hold on. Certainly Lobeck looking to make another deep state run this year. Hopefully in Double-A. Start to that 9-1. All right, yeah, Jan.
Exceptional season.
It's fantastic.
He's
He's
been
really got a
been at 132 much of the year, and he has one loss. He lost to stud from Liberty. KJ Fenstermacher is absolutely tough. Down at 126. Back in, it looked like it.
just 10 more.
He was seeded second. Opportunity to win 3.
It is.
I gotta
There
tell
have
you.
only been 13 three-time champions in LL League championship history. Most recent Connor Sheen in 2014. Devin Schnupp made that 14 today already. And then 4-time champions, there's been 4. Most recent, Cortland Schuyler, Thomas Haynes in 2014. So it's pretty wild. So we've got some awards as well happening over there. That would be the 120-pound, or to his right, rather, our left. Hanging out. There are the 120-pound place winners. Adam Miller from Cocalico there on the right of your screen. And congratulations to all those guys. We'll move on. We've got a hometown boy, Gary Clark, Garden Spot Jr., against Trevor Leonard, the Northern Lebanon Jr.
Yeah, Clark came through second seed and faces Trevor Leonard. Now, Trevor Leonard, top seed, he was a runner-up here last year to Aiden Miller, who lost his senior season due to an injury, but watched them both. Boy, Leonard looked tough. Leonard looked real tough in the semifinals against Lieberman from Warwick.
Yes, it'll be the 1 versus 2 seed. And we should mention as well, I believe there were 8 returning champions this season. 6 are wrestling.
Respective coaching staff there. Of course, we mentioned Rusty Wallace. He's going to win this. He and his staff's going to win this tournament. And to your right, you have the Bunting brothers.
The Bunting brothers,
Adam
and Ryan.
Yes, outstanding set of brothers who came back to their alma mater here, and that's an interesting story in itself.
And you said provided some Joe's Famous Wings in the.
That's right. Yeah, Ryan.
Has some food for the coaches.
Ryan Ryan actually was dubbed the head coach for about a month this summer.
Oh wow! Quick action here.
Wow.
Leonard has Clark in a really bad
big trouble here. Holy cow! He's got double boots and double grapevine. Clark needs to fight that off. Clark needs to try to fight. See another day, another period here. He's in big trouble.
Trying to survive.
That is a wicked combination, and he's got a lot of time to work with.
Going to be tough.
Clark is a hometown favorite, of course. He's one of the local boys here.
He's got a lot of support. They're trying to will him out, but whoa, shoulders go down.
Could not get that shoulder up. Wow.
That is Trevor Leonard. coming out a minute 3 fall. And Trevor Leonard, 132-pound champ, just like that.
Let's
take another
look
look
at
at
that
that.
again.
Yeah.
So Clark's in on a single. Leonard sits, hips back across, hips right. Success up there, obviously, and
If you're going to transfer, it's a good destination to transfer to.
yeah, and of course, you only bolstered the strength of that Northern Lebanon team up there in the northern part of the county.
All right, well, we'll step aside as we finish up our constellations here, and we'll be right back to the LL Championships on BRC 11. Stick with us. Welcome back to the 22nd edition of the LCast alongside Jan Minnick, and we are still wrestling some constellations here at 132. Trevor Leonard pinned Gary Clark in the first period to expedite things on mat 1 over here. We didn't get a chance to talk about sort of the Garden Spot coaching situation, Jan. I know you wanted to mention some things. Cute little story between the brothers Bunting, Ryan and Adam.
Well, yeah, I mean, so the story goes, so Ryan Bunting was assistant coach here last year, and he incidentally owes Joe's Famous Wings over there in Leola, who's actually sponsoring food in the hospitality room here, and actually has a covering one of the brackets. But he was nominated, he was awarded the head coaching spot, had it for a month, a teaching position opened up, and his brother Adam came down from Hershey, Paul Myra.
Yep.
Correct, that's them there. Now that's Ryan on your left, and that's Coach Fink on the right. But yeah, they, hey, it's better to have your head coach in the system, so Ryan conceded the job, willing to be Adam's assistant. So you have a pair of brothers coaching in the program, and they have a storied tradition here at Garden Spot, and tremendous staff from K all the way to 12 here, and we've had a lot of success over the years. It's just neat little story.
Yeah, he retired as the
he was
as
undefeated.
head coach.
That's right.
We're going to set up some awards here for 126, I believe, over there. As we still prep, there's about 5 seconds left in a consolation bout over there. We're setting up 138 coming up next. It'll be Josh Renninger, Anvil Cleona Sr., 22-2 record against Joey Davis, Solanco Sr. His record is 22-9. And you mentioned that Joey Davis and Warwick's Ben Hershey had a heck of a bout in the semis.
It was wild, Brian. It was this morning. The semifinals were run 11 o'clock this morning, and Warwick's Ben Hershey caught Davis on his back. No, I lied. He didn't catch him on his back. He scored earlier, and he had a 6-2 lead on him, and cut Davis. There's the matchups. He cut Davis, and it was 6-2 in the third period. And Davis just jacked him for a low lateral drop and put him on his back and stuck him.
That's
so
wild,
it was rather dramatic.
Yeah, and it was a quick rematch. Those two wrestled earlier in the week at a dual meet, Warwick and Solanco, and Davis pinned Hershey there as well. So yeah, Hershey coming out and leading that match. Pretty crazy. But it will be Joey Davis in the final. Here's our awards for 120. Getting his first.
Brother, but it's all about Joe Lobeck tonight.
I always maintain one of the best wrestling names ever, Wink Charles. Couldn't get enough. All right, so we are setting up for 138. Is this 1 versus 2 seed? I believe it is. Yes.
We
so
got
2 top seeds.
Yep, you can see the match pretty much filled up, except the #1 championship matchup here. Wrestlers have yet to take the mat, but here they come. That is Joey Davis. And top seed will be Josh Renninger in white singlet. There's the Anvil coaches.
You got to look at Renninger. He's got that height, that length that so often can come in handy in a match. I mean, it looks like a 4-inch advantage, 4-inch height advantage.
Yep,
something like that.
Yep.
So we'll see how that plays out. Renninger Davis, 138-pound final. Patient to start out. Wrestlers always want to gauge their opponent.
Should mention here tonight too that Brian, the tournament this year is sponsored by Lancaster Alliance Wrestling Law, and we hit a quick. There you go. Quick lateral drop. That's exactly what he did to
Ben Hershey.
To Hershey in the third period of the semifinals. He hits that little underhook lateral drop and collects points, but that happened pretty quick. He threw him to his back, got his 3 back near fall points, and then Renninger got his escape.
Just like that, it's 5-1.
Nice little cushion right out of the gates. Oh, when Renninger tries to hit his own little throw.
A lot of action. Gets
Works
the leg, though.
ankle pick.
Takedown.
A nice takedown. Ankle pick,